Hi there, welcome to another painting tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to paint this crystal pink gemstone. And I'm going to start with a size 5 flat brush. And if you'd like to paint along with me, you can just grab the link to the sketch in the description. And I want to mix up the darkest values first. So I'm going to start with this magenta. And then I'm going to add a burnt umber into it. And then let's add a little bit of Ultramarine Blue and see if that can give us a dark value. Okay, and with that dark value, let's go ahead and kind of put that in certain areas. And I'm just using the edge of the brush to carefully put in these dark values where we need them. Okay. This square brush really helps us get crisp edges. So if you're painting anything that's very rectilinear, this is a good brush for that. Okay, in this area, I'm kind of feathering the paint upward. Okay, and then around this area, okay, I'm actually going to switch to a smaller brush. So I have this size 6 brush. It's a very short flat brush, also called a chisel brush. I'm going to take that same color, just get a little bit more precision in some of these areas. I'm going to go around these edges and then kind of bring a little bit of a feathering effect down. And I'll do that up here. Okay, and we can go around the edge. Okay, it doesn't have to be too precise. This edge, we want it to be pretty crisp, so we'll use the edge of the brush. Just kind of going around these triangles and all these different shapes. So it can be a little bit tedious to do a project like this. So you can kind of pause the video and take your time. It can be kind of challenging to get all the shapes and to get into every little crevice. Okay, so I think that's good for a start for the dark areas. And now let's take a mid-tone. So I'm going to take just a straight magenta. And let's start putting that in. Can come around this edge. I want to kind of go in between these areas here, and you can see that that's a pretty transparent color, so it's going to act kind of like a glaze. It's going to allow that darker color to show through. Okay, and make sure you're using enough paint so that you get full coverage of your paper. kind of feather this part a little bit. All right, so now let's mix another color, another mid-tone. So I'm going to take some of this kind of purpley color, mix it with that magenta. And then let's put some titanium white in there. See if we can get kind of a pinky purple mid-tone shade. Okay, and then let's kind of add that to some areas. It's kind of giving us some variety of temperatures in the piece so that we have some warm and some cool colors, and it's giving us a variety of those. I'll put that on the bottom. Okay, so now we can, let's take some of the titanium white and some magenta to get us another mid-tone. I'm gonna put that in right here. So everything kind of comes from this center point. Just trying to keep the shapes geometric. Okay, and try to keep your edges clean as well. Okay, I'm going to take a round brush. I've got a size 0 here. I'm going to take some of this white with a little bit of pink in it and see if I can add this area here that kind of flashes out. Then I'm going to take straight white and then kind of, again, kind of flare that out. I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight right here. Then this area should be light here. And then this area is also, can add light color there. Okay, and then I'll take that light pink, also add a little bit right there. So now we're kind of moving into the lighter lights and the highlights. Okay, so now I'm going to, I want to mix up a little bit of a glaze. So I'm going to take some of this cadmium red and I want to put a little bit of magenta in there, and then quite a bit of water, more magenta. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can kind of glaze on top of this. So I'm trying not to go over some of the white areas that we did, but this is going to give us kind of a cohesive look and it's going to make everything kind of glow. Actually, I am going to go over those white areas because we can just kind of reinstate them. This is just a beautiful glaze, and I like to do this effect with painting like crystals and gemstones because it gives you that nice glowing effect. Okay. So I'm going to go back with some dark colors. So I'm adding more of this Burt Umber with the magenta. I'm just going to go back and kind of put in some darker values where they need to be. If we lost any of them, this will kind of reinstate them. Okay, so then I'm going to take this round brush. I'm going to take a straight magenta, a little bit of water, and I want a pretty watery mix. Just going to put a little bit of that along there for kind of a shadow, like a glowing shadow. Just kind of blend it out. It's going to give me kind of a watercolor effect. Just want it to be really light and subtle. Okay, that's all you need for the reflection. Okay, so now let's just go back and add some highlights. So I'm going to take this 0 round brush, and in the center here, got this area right here. We're coming out. And then we'll do a little triangle here. Okay, so kind of go back. Just see where you might want to add your highlights and your lightest lights. Okay. All right, so I think we'll stop there. We'll call this painting complete. So I hope you get a chance to paint along with me. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.